It's just who I am. So that's my story. Now, Kathy, hold on here. You know, you've been asking me questions.
Oh, no. You can't ask me questions. I'm asking you questions.
Oh, no. How many decades ago was it, you know, where we had this whole female revolution and everything, where, you know, you wanted to be equal? Okay, we're starting the female equality here. It's my turn to ask you a question now. Yeah, I did a little checking on you, too, and I found out that you're a little party girl. I mean, you're out there just having a great time, and you have a background in putting on some of the most incredible events, and I'm not talking just little local events. I'm talking events from around the world and, you know, I mean, serious high-end events that you've done. So, you know, I think the people would be very interested in hearing about some of the things that you're going to be doing for this company and some of the events that they'll be able to attend and all the fun we'll be having and the dancing and, you know, just all that. So my question to you is, tell us, what are you going to do?
Well, I'll tell you, I love hearing your story in terms of what attracted you to GlobalOne, what got you to the office. I had the same certain introduction. I had a friend say, you got to take a look at this, you got to take a look at this. And probably one of the coolest things, J. Michael, that you said at the beginning of the call was the Alexa rating. I mean, 913 in the world. And what that showed me is we are a worldwide business, and there's not a greater place to have a party than if you have a worldwide crew. Because when you're talking about promotions and functions, you know, it takes a group to actually grow a company, and it takes a team to stay focused to actually grow the revenue. And when you have this many people dedicated to the company before it has even launched, guys, the type of parties we could put on, the sky is the limit. I mean, one of the things that we've done around in terms of promotions is we do them around the world because my partner, my husband, just happens to have been at the head of hotels, whether they're in Monte Carlo, whether they're in Paris, whether they're in London, whether they're down in the Caribbean, in New York City. And we just, as a result of that, have connections all over the world because these GMs of hotels, they go to all sorts of different places. And so we've got contacts in Russia, you know, and the list goes on. And so then you get to thinking about, well, what would a cool party be and what would a cool promotion be? So, you know, some of the things that are just rolling around in my head, guys, don't write this down and say we've just announced that we're going to go here. But I just want to let you know some of the things that actually kind of go around in this girl's head. You know, Christmas time. I think it'd be really cool to take some top leaders, you know, whether it be 4 days, 3 nights, 3 days, 2 nights, to Christmas in New York or Paris. Guys, I don't know if you've ever been to Christmas in New York City or Paris, but both of those, wow, that is a trip to remember. And wouldn't it be cool to run a promotion if we could do something around that? But, I mean, what if, forget that Christmas time, do you guys know the Grand Prix actually happens in Monte Carlo? Do you know how cool it would actually be to do a promotion and go to Monte Carlo? But forget that. How about St. Lucia, go to the Jalousie Plantation, you know, or just simply give away money, cars and stuff. But the one promotion that is really got me going, J. Michael, it's kind of, you know, out of this world. Do you guys know that Richard Branson is doing a space station and he's doing space travel and that he's actually selling tickets to go into outer space? I think we can get a seat for $200,000 on his spaceship and go into outer space. To me, those kind of promotions absolutely rock the have. And so, guys, in terms of promotions, as you know, how these are used, not just to have the party. We're not here just to party. We're here to make money. And those of you that have been in the industry long enough, you know that companies put on promotions to help you grow your business. Because as people stretch and grow to qualify, your income grows as you begin to qualify. But more than just your income, your team's income. So let's have a party. Let's make money too. So let's talk about how we're going to get into kind of the series work, because we can't have fun all of the time when we're doing events, although we can just agree that anytime we get together, it's going to be fun. Because I've had work explained like this to me. If you're having fun doing what you love, that's the best life has to offer. And so I hope you guys get to experience that in your GlobalOne business. We're going to be having Super Saturdays. Corporate and the team, the top leaders in the company, they're dedicated to actually helping the newcomer get in, get trained, so they can actually be a rising star, become a star leader. And where this happens is at trainings that will be happening around the U.S. and around the world. We're looking at having Super Saturdays that corporate support at least once we get going, guys. This isn't going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. But once we get up and we get rocking, we're going to be able to identify where our numbers are. So if you want to have corporate come and hold a large meeting in your area, concentrate on growing a grassroots team, because corporate's going to come into the areas that have the largest concentration of people. Guys, that makes sense. And we're going to attempt to do that every single month to support you. Then J. Michael and I and the whole team of leaders, we're going to make sure that we develop and plant really sophisticated trainers in all the areas where they can nurture and they can grow their teams by holding smaller events, you know, on a weekly basis, on a Super Saturday basis. And so there's going to be training that comes. And so regional events are very cool, because that's when you get together on kind of a larger scale, and you get together and you see friends that you haven't seen. And sometimes a regional event is very cool because you've been talking to this person on the phone for months, maybe even a year, and you've never met them. And they walk in the door and, whoa, there they are. Well, our regional events, we know how to do them. We can do them, you know, with 500 people, 5,000 or 50,000, and bring in all sorts of exciting things. But all of this is going to be done to grow your business. One thing's for sure, we love to party, we love to have fun, but if it's not supporting the field, and if it's not helping the field grow their business, then I'll tell you what, it's just a company and it's just the leaders having a party. Now, the last thing that I want to say, and then, J. Michael, I've got a question for you, because we've talked a little bit about it. But the thing that I want to really press upon you is this. The thing that you've heard J. Michael say, and you've heard me echo as well, sometimes promotions, only the big leaders get to go on them. And I'll tell you what, that kind of stinks. We're going to do promotions, and we're going to look at different ways, different qualifications, where we're going to give everybody that wants to, an opportunity where they could actually start from scratch and actually qualify. So don't worry, there's nobody that wants to go to work that's going to be left behind. Now, J. Michael, when I did my research on you, and I've kind of talked about Super Saturdays and I've talked about training, you know, I know that you and I have kind of collaborated, and we know that what we'll be rolling out in time is kind of this glamorous Fortune 500 full training system, you know, that will have, I don't know, written content, audio content. You've talked about videos. You're doing voiceover. So we're going to have all of the tools the training material, whether to listen into their car, watch on their video, read while they're sitting in the living room. We're going to have Super Saturdays. But, J. Michael, this is really your background. This is where you have lived the bulk of your career. Can you please tell us how you're going to infuse what could possibly be just a humdrum training system, how you're going to make it come alive and rock for GlobalOne?
I'm going to have you right next to me. That takes care of it. Well, as some of you may know and others of you may not, I have an extensive training background. I used to be a Dale Carnegie trainer in another lifetime and have trained thousands of salespeople, not only through Carnegie but through a number of my own seminars and workshops. Back in the 80s, I did an 8-year run on a seminar here in San Diego called How to Start and Survive Your Own Business. And I had people from every walk of life. I mean, I had judges and waitresses, high-tech engineers to truck drivers, you name it. And it was a great run. I enjoyed doing it. I also, as some of you may know, am the co-founder of a company that is no longer around, but at one time was probably one of the most successful network marketing training companies out there, a company called Millionaires in Motion, where my partner, who passed away some years ago, John K. Lynch, and I developed probably one of the most successful, popular, high-energy training out there. It was based on Carnegie principles, and any of you that understand or know what Dale Carnegie is, it's probably one of the most highly respected international, worldwide, been around decades and decades, training program in sales and personal development out there. I mean, Fortune 100 companies send their executives to Carnegie trainings. And we developed a high-intensity, 27-hour interactive training program that we did in a single weekend for network marketing distributors. It was extremely successful, and I later sold the company to John, who took it on, built it into an international training company before he passed away. And so Kathy and I have been talking, and Kathy's got some incredible concepts and ideas and is also quite a trainer. And we're going to develop some interactive, again, you know, I don't believe in the talking heads. I don't believe I get to stand up there and just regurgitate a bunch of stuff and you sit there by osmosis and plug all this stuff into your brain. Doesn't work. Never has, never will. But the kind of training that I enjoy doing that's probably the most effective is interactive, where you're part of the training. You know, all Kathy and I do is, you know, kind of direct you and let you, you know, do it. And I guarantee you, by the time we're done with some of our trainings, you're just going to go, wow, incredible, outrageous, awesome, and all those other adjectives, because you're going to actually develop and do your own training program, and it's going to be instilled in your brain. And you're going to go out there and you're going to start building your business based on the training you're going to get. And there's so many other things. Yeah, we're going to have videos and we're going to have audios and we're going to have presentation manuals and all that stuff for people that need the visuals and that. And we'll even have some personal development stuff. But, you know, I'm a believer in training. I think it never ends. I mean, if I told you how many, you know, books and newsletters and that I still read today, it would blow you away. I mean, I've been a voracious reader. I'm not a speed reader, but, you know, I read every night in bed before I go to sleep. I read in the morning when I wake up. So I'm always looking to learn.